Jai Jinendra! Look what happened to Maharaji. Why is he being laid down on the floor like this? And what's this? Why are all Maharaji, Mataji and Shravak Shravika sitting next to him? Why is everyone here chanting Namokar Mantra or Bhaktamar Path? Would you like to know what is going on here? Come, let's learn about this century's great Acharya Shri Shanti Sagar Ji Maharaj. During the time when Bharat was under British rule, it was difficult to follow Dharam and it was impossible for Muni Maharaj to move or travel around freely. In such a tough situation, Shri Shanti Sagar Ji Maharaj took Diksha and restarted the tradition of Jain Sadhu. Acharya Shri's daily routine as a Muni was an ideal inspiration for everybody. He would spend most of his time in Dhyan, that is, meditation. Swadhyay meaning knowing and learning about the self. Vrat and Upvas means fasting. He would also work towards the development of the society through his Upadesh meaning preachings. For example, eradicating wrong assumptions, malpractices, and publishing Jain scriptures, etc. Acharya Shri would travel from one place to another, known as Vihar, with his Sangh. Once he arrived in Siddhkshetra Kunthalgiri, Acharya Shri may have become too tired during this Vihar and hence got a fever. When his condition got worse the next day, he said in his pravachan, meaning discourse, I am not able to see properly anymore. It is going to get worse day by day. Therefore, I am planning to observe or practice Salekhana and spend most of my time in meditation. But what is Salekhana and why does one observe or practice it? Salekhana is made of two words, Sat plus Lekhan. Sat means very well or thoroughly and Lekhan means to reduce. So, together Salekhana means thoroughly reducing our bodily kashai or desires. If there is a situation where it is impossible for someone to live anymore, for example, when we grow old, which means our life is almost getting over, or when someone gets an incurable disease which cannot be cured, or when there is no possibility of someone's survival. That's when Salekhana can be observed or practiced. Samadhi Maran or Salekhana is the ultimate goal of a Muni's life. It is also written in our Shastra, that is scriptures, that whoever attains Samadhi Maran or Salekhana in any of his lives or any of his births, he in his next 7 to 8 births, that means within his next 7 to 8 births itself, attains salvation or moksha. This is the reason why Acharya Shri started spending all his time reading Shastra, in Dhyan meaning meditation, and self-inspection, that is introspection. He also did a lot of fasting. He gave up food and took Niyam Salekhana. That means he started taking a vow and fast for some days, meaning for a week he would have only water. He was very determined to follow his resolutions and niyams. Within the next 4 days, he changed his Niyam Salekhana to Yam Salekhana, which means he resolved to follow a vow or niyam till the end of his life. Acharya Shri had taken this vow or chhoot to have water only if it was really necessary. In that too, once he didn't have water for the next 7 days after having taken water one time. Despite this, his face reflected calmness and contentment. Can you imagine not taking water, our basic need? Along with giving up food, he pledged to give up on Vayavritti, which means he would not accept any kind of service, care, or help from anyone, even if he falls sick or becomes weak. He had vowed or decided to allow the use of someone's support only while getting up or sitting down, and that too if needed. After taking Sallekhna, we should not have any feelings of hatred towards others, or there should not be any feelings of hatred towards us in anyone's mind. This is why we ask for Shama, that is forgiveness, from everyone, and also forgive everyone. This makes our mind, our feelings, and our thoughts even more pure. One day, Acharya Shri, following the Sallekhna Vidhi, means protocol, the procedure of Sallekhna, asked for forgiveness one last time and forgave everyone present in the Pravachan Sabha, that is gathering. It was an extraordinary sight. Everyone had tears in their eyes. With a heavy heart, everyone did Namostu 3 times to Acharya Shri. In his last day's discourse, Acharya Shri said, every being should follow Sanyam, meaning self-discipline or self-restraint. So, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to exercise or follow restraint. Acharya Shri Sallekhna went on for 36 days. Out of these, he drank water for only 9 days. He didn't even have water for the rest of the 26 days. When the last stage of Acharya Shri Sallekhna began, he was laid down in a cave on dry grass. Acharya Shri himself started chanting Om in a very low and soft voice. Some people around him started chanting Namokar mantra. While listening to all of that, Acharya Shri's soul left his body and departed for Swarg. Despite all hardships, he had a very calm expressions on his face. After that, his body was made to sit in meditation posture and placed on a high stage outside the cave for people to have his last darshan. The final proceedings or steps of Sallekhna were started along with Bhakti Path. A huge crowd had gathered to get Acharya Shri's last darshan. His Parthiv Sharir body was placed in a beautifully decorated vehicle and thus began his final journey. All rituals like Abhishek and Pujan were performed according to the rules, and finally his Parthiv Sharir body was cremated. So, you see, we are all afraid of dying. The thought of death makes us sad and unhappy. On the other side, look at Acharya Shri. He accepted his final moments, his death, wholeheartedly, with full knowledge and without any fear. When our Maharaj takes Sallekhna, there is no fear or unhappiness in their mind. In fact, they celebrate it as a festival which is full of puja, bhajan and chanting of various mantras and path. Muniraj rejoiced during this time. Therefore, it is also called Mrityu Mahotsav, meaning celebration or festival of death. So why don't we take inspiration from Acharya Shanti Sagarji Maharaj and have the feeling of Sallekhna or Samadhi Maran and benefit our soul? Jai Jinendra!